Hello and welcome to today's show. In this video, I want to share with you 3 things that you can do to energetically show up in a really powerful way when you are speaking on virtual stages. My name is Abigail Rebecca. I am a human design business mentor. I'm also an international speaker. I speak on a lot of in-person stages. I've just recently flown back from an event in Miami where I was speaking on stage there. And as much as I love to speak on stage, I also love to speak on virtual stages. I love to be interviewed on podcasts, summits, radio shows. I love to present on my own stages in webinars and hosting virtual workshops. If you are an entrepreneur, a business owner, a creative change maker, in today's world, it's more than likely that in terms of your visibility, you will be expected to show up virtually on stage. And there are certain things that you can do to prepare for this. And it's one of the things that I teach when I'm working with my private clients, because I help them to be iconic. I empower women to be iconic, I help them to be more visible, and how to really show up with confidence, obviously using their human design, because as you know, I love human design, but also other techniques. And I wanted to share this with you today because I've just been in a community that I coach in, and I was sharing some tips for them for when they're speaking on virtual stages. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to come on and share this with you today. So I would really love to know in the comments below if you already are a speaker, if you aspire to be a speaker, what kind of stages that you want to be speaking on, whether that's virtual or in person. Let's start a really incredible attraction formula visibility thread underneath this video. I would love for you to share the stages that you really aspire to speak on. And I love when we do this, right? Because you are writing it down, and by writing that down, it's very, very powerful. And by sharing with others, it's even more powerful. So this is a great way that you can manifest the stages that you want to speak on in the future, whether they're in person or whether they're virtual. But let's talk about virtual. So first of all, one of the reasons that I was prompted into sharing this is that myself and my partner were about to move. So at the moment we live in a beautiful house in the countryside. I'm literally looking outside of the window now, and it's not sunny, but there's a nice view out there. We live in a very beautiful place, but we have decided that we want to move back to the city because we really love the vibrancy and the energy of the city. And if we look at human design, in human design environment, I'm kitchens, so it's important for me to be in the hubbub of things. And my partner Kev, his human design environment is shores, and we are going to be moving to the sea. So how amazing is that, right? For him, our apartment is literally going to be on the shore. So as we are moving, we are using this as an incredible excuse and a reason and a prompt to declutter. I'm a big fan of decluttering. If you've watched any of my decluttering videos, you can go and look at them. I've got lots of videos on here about decluttering. For me, it's a great resource and tool to get the energy flowing into a place or a space. So whenever I feel stagnant in my business, whenever I feel that sales have slowed down or opportunities have slowed down, I look around and I go, okay, what do I need to declutter? And it might be that it's a drawer in my desk, or it might be that it's a corner of the room, or it might be that I want to go and do a full-on wardrobe cleanse, which is very, very good, by the way, visually, for mentally and visually, to do a wardrobe cleanse. So we are decluttering so many things. We're selling things, we're letting go of things that we've kind of held on maybe for the last couple of years, and using it as a really good excuse to be able to clear the vista. You clear the energy of a space, and then more energy has room to come in. You're creating this flow. And I would say that if you are serious about speaking on virtual stages and being invited in to speak in big communities and going in to speak on stages that have got big followings, if you're serious about that, I would then be serious about the area that you are sitting in and you're going to be presenting from. Now, sometimes I will come and do my videos here, but most of the time I will be upstairs in my office. I don't know what my new area is going to look like. I'm very excited to create that, but most of the time I sit upstairs in my office, and I need to make sure all of the time really that area is tidy. If there are things shoved into the drawers, if there's a pile of notepaper on my desk, if things aren't clean and tidy and neat and in their place, there is going to be something in my energy that is going to be transmitting that to my audience. And that is the energy of chaos. And it's also the energy of incomplete decisions. If you have a pile of papers on your desk, it means that you haven't made a decision about those papers. You haven't decided whether you're going to file them, whether you're going to throw them away, whether you're going to burn them. They're just sitting there. So it's incomplete. Now, that is not the best energy to be able to radiate out to your audience. So that is the first thing. Think about where you're sitting, and is it nice and tidy? Is it organized? Is there space? Is there flow? If you're going on to sales calls and speaking with potential clients, you want to encourage that flow of energy coming in. Money is energy. Opportunities are energy. If you have got things in visually that you're looking at, so for example, it might not look nice and clean and tidy behind me, but at the moment I've got a load of boxes piled up to the right hand side of me because we're moving in 2 days. That is distracting for me. These boxes are distracting me, which means that at the moment, as I'm presenting to you, or if I go onto client calls, I'm having that distraction. At the moment, there's not a lot I can do about it. But believe you me, as soon as we move into the new place, this weekend, I've got a full weekend, and my first priority is going to be my bed, because I'm a projector and I like to take naps. Okay, and I also like to sleep in a very nice, clean, decluttered place. But my next priority is going to be my office. Okay, and where I'm sitting. So that's the first thing. If you want to be invited into, and if you want to speak on bigger, more impactful stages virtually, decluttering is an incredible way to go. Okay, so that's number one. The second thing is your backdrop. So I've already mentioned my backdrop. I was on a call yesterday with one of my former clients. I worked with her one-on-one for 6 months. She's amazing. Her name is Charlie Garman. She is also an incredible human design expert. And I went on a call with her yesterday, and she normally sits in front of this beautiful, like, cosmic image. And then I noticed immediately when I went on the call with her, I noticed that she had this bookshelf. So straight away I was like, oh, what's on the bookshelf? So your clients, your future clients, anyone who's watching your videos virtually will be paying attention to your visuals. I jumped onto a call this morning with someone, and immediately she said, oh, are they real tulips? And I said, yeah, they are. I love fresh flowers. I love buying flowers for myself. And it started a conversation. So this is your backdrop is a good conversation starter. Okay. What other things can you pick up from my backdrop? Well, you can see that I love flowers and I love nature. You know, I've got an aloe vera plant here. I've got my cactus. I've got tulips. I've got a Buddha head behind me. So you would make an assumption when I'm coming on screen, and remember, people will make a snap decision about you within seconds of you coming on screen, even before you open your mouth. It's not really necessarily what you say. It's the vibe, the visual vibe. So people will be assuming about me, and you probably, if this is the first time that you've ever seen me on camera, you'll probably make an assumption that I'm spiritual because I've got a Buddha head behind me. Okay, and you are right, I am. So pay attention to your backdrop. What's the stories that you want to tell? What is your social proof? Have you written a book? If yes, is it behind you? Is it clear? Is it a nice clear vista, or is it cluttered? I want to tell you a story about a call that I went on with someone a few months ago. And she was an incredible woman, but I could not stop looking at her backdrop because she was sat in front of the bookcase and the bookcase was untidy. There were books sticking out, there were books upside down, there were books piled on top of each other. She had, God knows, I don't know what going on the shelves, but it looked really cluttered, it looked really untidy, and immediately my head goes to, well, that's her head. She is physically manifesting behind her what's going on in her head. She is also cluttered in her head. So is this someone that I really want to work with? Is this someone that I really want to connect with? You know, don't get me wrong, she was a great woman and an expert in her field. But straight away, my mind was connecting with that. And straight away, your potential clients will connect with that. You know, because I'm like, tidy bookcase. Tidy bookcase, tidy mind. So your backdrop is very, very important. And the third thing is what you're looking at is also really important. So as you are watching this now, if you were sat in your usual like workstation that you would record videos in, I want you to please check and see what you're looking at. Now, I am normally upstairs when I record my videos and I am looking directly through the window. I do this for a few reasons. First of all, I like the natural light on my face. I'm not quite looking out of the window. In this particular setup, the window is to my left. I would prefer to look out of the window, but there is light coming to the side and there's also light coming from the front with my ring light. So I'm well lit. It's always good to have light from the front and from the side, by the way, to be beautifully lit. But I am looking at, normally what I would be looking at would be my bookshelf, which is nice and tidy, with my books in there and my crystals and my candles, and then a Kundalini picture on the wall. So what I am looking at visually is really nice. So what you would normally look at visually, is it nice? Is it inspiring you? Are you looking at a beautiful picture? Or are you looking at a quote on the wall? Is it inspirational? Because please don't ever underestimate what goes on in our subconscious when we are presenting. When we are coming on to camera and we are presenting, it's important that we show up in a way that's authentic, that's genuine. Of course, you know, you are representing your brand, but also you are showing up with confidence, feeling iconic, feeling good about yourself. That gives your voice confidence. It gives you the way that you sit. It makes you feel more confident. So therefore, you become more confident. And that means that people are going to know and trust you and like you. They're going to see you as a leader. They're going to potentially look at you if they are looking for a coach or a mentor or a practitioner and go, yeah, this is the woman that I want to work with. Like, she makes me feel good because she's showing up energetically. She knows her shit. She's showing up confidently and authentic. That is someone that I want to invest in and I want to work in. If you are speaking on camera and you just see a pile of rubbish in front of you, a pile of dirty washing, something like that is not inspiring you, subconsciously that is going to affect you because you're going to be seeing it. You're going to be looking directly at it. As I'm presenting to you now, I am looking at the green light of my camera. So I'm talking to you, but I'm not just talking to you with blinkers. Like, I can see what's around me. I can see directly in front of me. So if I'm looking at something that does not make me feel iconic, how am I going to show up in my iconic way? How am I going to show up in my true essence? How are you going to show up in your true essence if you are looking at a pile of shit? So this is your invitation to do a full audit today of your vista. Make sure that it's clean and tidy. It is free from declutter. If there are piles of things, make a decision. Be a leader. Make a decision. Decide what you're going to do with it and then clear it. Look at your backdrop. Does your backdrop make jaws drop? Does it represent who you are? Does it visually make an impact? And thirdly, look at in front of you. Is it inspiring? Is it something that's beautiful to look at? Or is it like something that's like, oh, okay, well, I'm glad my camera's not that way because I don't want to see, I only want to see what people are looking at in the back. I don't want people to see what's looking like behind my camera. Well, so what? You're looking at what's behind your camera. And if it's not inspiring you, you're not going to show up as that iconic leader. So let me know how you're doing in the comments below. I would love to know how those 3 things are impacting you and the steps that you're going to take to improve them. Because come on, let's face it. However long we've been in business, however experienced we are, whatever stages we speak on, and how much experience we've got about speaking on that stage, it's always good for us to have a sense check, right? To declutter, to make improvements, to change things around, swap things around. Change is good because it moves the energy around. And if you are looking to attract more things into your life, it's going to create that for you. So let me know in the comments below. If you have enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe. I would very, very much appreciate it. I am very focused at the moment on growing my YouTube. It's free information for you. It's free resources for you. It's very important for me to be able to do that as part of, my service to the world. So thank you so much for watching. Sending you lots of love. The next video that I will record, I will be in my new place and you will be able to see my new backdrop, which is very, very exciting. Have fun rearranging the room if you need to, and I will see you soon.